Alright lads, so today we're going to be taking a Brave Battle character into co-op inheritance trials. So I've been super curious about this myself with how this particular character would perform in IT, because for those that aren't aware, in inheritance trials, all the enemies besides the bosses have iron skin, and therefore if you don't inflict them with a status ailment, you're going to be doing around 80% less damage, unless of course you can pierce through iron skin. Now YAMAMOTO is one of these special characters in the game, and the only character in the game right now actually, to have a guaranteed status ailment infliction rate against any heart attribute with no affiliation enemies. Now that of course was the design and counter against 1000-year Blood War Yuha, and ultimately this character is of course a Brave Battle character, but since it's the only character to have this particular skill, and since right now there are no affiliation enemies, I want to see how it performs. Like is this character going to be decently usable in inheritance trials? Maybe. And he does have Marauder, so this might be decent, but it's experimental to say the least. And just in case for those that are wondering, this is the build that we are going to be using today. Just the standard normal attack damage build, Golden Chappy Hollow Bait. Alongside that, some pretty good links with 30% normal attack damage, and then 2 links giving us NAD and also more damage at full stamina. But we're most likely not going to be able to keep that full stamina since we are using a melee NAD character. He's 4/5, so level 10 attack and focus, and then we give him long stride and also attack, because again, we're most likely not going to keep our full stamina, and the long stride is going to give us an extra bit of mobility that we desperately need, again, considering the fact that we are a melee NAD character with not really the best range. Alright then, so here we go. Unironically enough, the one thing we have to be careful with here is the fact... Oh, we're one-shotting. That's a good sign, lads. The one thing we have to be careful of here is the fact that we can actually get burnt. But this right now, thus far, is kind of crazy to see, I'm not going to lie. We're literally one-shotting in IT. With even our strong attacks is killing. Maybe going for a hybrid build isn't too bad. So unfortunately now we've taken damage. So we might have lost. Can we still one-shot? Okay, now we're not one-shotting. But it's still, unironically, pretty good. Like, this isn't bad. And keep in mind, I have been someone that is quite vocal about me not liking normal attack damage characters. Like, unironically enough, if I was to have a new character in-game, let's say a new Aaroniero, and they made him a NAD character, I'd rather than make him a Brave Battle character. Because NAD characters to me aren't that impressive. But hey, I mean, if they wanted to, actually, let's back up, use our SA2. We have to be a tad bit careful against these enemies because they have poise. Or they don't have poise, but they can, you know, we can't stagger them more so. But even then, you know, we're doing still a great amount of damage. 32k per hit there. But as I was saying, Brave Battle characters are more usable than just normal NAD characters, in my opinion. Because at least I use them in Brave Battles every day, assuming they are actually good enough. Now, again, we are taking damage here. That's kind of to be expected, though. We are using a mini NAD character. We are open to attacks. But, like, again, it's going well, I will say. It's going really well. We have to be a tad bit careful against the bosses here. Attacking them when they use their NAD string is probably the best thing to do. 42k when we actually activated the debuff attack. And our status elements in this case are actually quite good too, because we have Lacerate and also Burn. That's going to be pretty good for doing damage over time if we really need to. And we're guaranteed to do that. Like, we could just hit them once and just back up. Like, that's one way of tackling these bosses, right? Like, let's not even attack them. Or even do... Okay. We probably need to give this character last ditch. But like, we could just use a strong attack and just let the Lacerate do all the work. If we were really, really, like, desperate not wanting to die. Although we do have to be a tad bit careful because we don't have Debilitator. So the Lacerate only lasts, like, 2 seconds. It gets, like, 2 hits in and then it stops. Let's use our Soul Bomb, though. There we go. The Soul Bomb goes off. Again, it only lasts like 2 seconds. Let's just use one NAD hit. Let the Burn and Lacerate do all the work. Use a strong attack 1. They're both one shot. 1 hit takes him down. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. This could be the future for certain characters in the game, I would say. I mean, then again, it's not really needed. I doubt we're going to ever see guaranteed status on procs outside of Brave Battles, and it's a very specific skill, only to, you know, no affiliation enemies, but that wasn't too bad. Granted, the clear time wasn't the greatest, 2 minutes and 46 seconds, but we're already at the downside of using a Brave Battle character. Using a character that's a melee NAD character, right? You saw the negatives that came with that run. We have to get up close and personal, we have to use our NAD string, and that means we're open to attacks. It's going to be hard to finish an entire run without taking any damage, especially when you get to the bosses where they don't have poise, but they can't get staggered. Now, you can work around that doing damage after they use their NAD string, that 1 to 2 seconds of downtime. But I'll tell you what, if I took out any other NAD character or Brave Battle character into IT, they probably wouldn't clear as fast. Even like PvE characters that are designed to be used, you know, outside of Brave Battle content, I don't think they'd even be able to clear as fast. I think the only few characters that I know for certain would probably clear faster is someone like 1000 Year Budwa Aizen, and that's expected. He is the best Nat character in the game, and he has the advantage of being a ranged character too. But it looks like we're doing 63k per hit when we are at full stamina and we activate the debuff. Unfortunately, again, I took damage. I don't think we're going to be able to do a run without taking damage, especially with us playing around the fact that we do have to be a tad bit careful with the burn pools because we can get burnt. And no affiliation enemies can be quite annoying with all their quite wide range AoE attacks since they lunge at you. Like there, for example, we just took 2 hits. But to be fair, getting at low stamina wouldn't be too bad. Under half stamina, we do take less damage too. Let's save this SA2 debuff for the boss spawns in. There we go. Do that. Use that SA3. Unfortunately, Lacerate is unironically not the best stat augment for us because what we could do as a Nat character, if they were ever activating a charge attack for those that do have it, that would give us like 7 or so seconds to just get 3 hits in. But since we Lacerate, it would actually stop them from doing the charge attack. So Lacerate in that particular sense isn't really the greatest to use here. I should probably start using my strong attacks more. Because again, they're also doing a respect amount of damage too. Let's go there. Use our SA3. Back up. Use the SA2. Hit once. Get a couple hits in there. There we go. Got a lot of hits in there. And you can see that even though we didn't really damage Kukaku much, we did activate the, Lacerate and burn. And again, having true stat augments that can do damage over time is quite good here in this case. Going into the final room though, let's just again use our naturally. That's all we can basically do here. We've yet to die though. Let's just SA1. You can see that. I think the fact that we're using Chappies, we might have to go for a hybrid build after this. Because our strong attacks are actually doing quite good here, despite us basically using Chappies. I feel like we're going to die. Yeah, there we go. It's expected. It's hard not to die, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I guess they've got us back up to full stamina. Let's use the debuff. And then the Soul Bomb. 64k again. Down to like 40k. And there we go. Not too bad. I mean, to no one's surprise, guaranteed stat and procs is actually really good here. Even using on a Nat character like this is actually quite fun. It's fun. I'm not lying. It's kind of fun using this character in IT. I wouldn't do it anymore outside of this video. I'd rather use Esno or White, but it's different. It's something unique only to this YAMAMOTO, a character that I haven't really used much outside of Brave Battle content. Alright, so next up, we're going to do some type of hybrid build. In this case, we are giving him a Fortification Pill, Hono Bay, and also Shinji's Cap with a mixture of attack and also SP being increased here. And with that, we're using 3 soul traits that give us both full stamina damage and also recharge. So for this to really work, we have to stay at full stamina. But since that we're going to be most likely spamming our strong attacks here, it shouldn't be too bad. But if we do take any type of damage, our DPS is now basically back down into the mud. So we probably would have to end up dying and then revive and just continue on from there. All right, so are we one-shotting with our strong attacks? Kind of. Let's use our SA3 there. If we had follow-up, this wouldn't actually be too bad because then we can actually attack them when they're down. That would be the idea. And I guess for the bosses, we would want to just use our strong attacks, basically. Let's back up. Let's not get too close. SA1 into the 3. Is this like the first usable hybrid character? Only when when he can inflict stat augments? It might just be, 29k on the hit on the Nat string. And then when we use our strong attacks, we're doing like 18k. I mean, if in the future they ever want to make a hybrid character, which I always think they could do, to be fair, this is one way of going about doing it. Give the character Frenzy +1. Maybe Frenzy +2 actually at this point. Unfortunately, I took damage. Oh no. I kind of panicked there. But give the character Frenzy +2 and Flurry +2 with a guaranteed chance to inflict stat augments. I purposely died there, by the way. Like, that could work. That genuinely could work. Because what we're doing right now is we're basically using a strong attack, knock them down, and then finish up with the Nat string. And unfortunately, we keep taking... Yeah, it's hard to not take hits. If we were a ranged Nat character, this would be so much better. Let's, again, purposely die, though. I want to stay at full stamina. I'm wasting revive candles, but we're doing it for the experimentation. Almost took a hit again. Oh, I really should stop using my Nat string. Let's SA3. Back down. 1 hit, back up. Inflict the stat augments. There we go. Gillen goes down. I feel like, even though this technically feels better, it's probably much slower because we're playing way more passive here. Since, again, we don't want to take any damage. Let's use our SA1 there. Back up. Play it really safe. Go into it. SA2. Into the 3. Let the burn and lacerate do the job. Flash step away. 1 hit. Use our strong attack again. Back down. There we go. Kukaku goes down. Onto the easy part. Only take down these little mini mobs. There we go. And then we can grab these. I think our Soul Bomb in this case will actually do a respect amount of damage too. Let's just use our Nat string. Didn't take any damage there, luckily. SA1. Let's activate the debuff. Oh, I forgot she was a ranged character. Right at the end, yeah. So I feel like a hybrid build in this sense isn't really worth it, since if we do take damage, all our DPS is basically gone. At this point, we're doing, what, 13k on our Nad string? You're way better off just bringing chappies. Let's use our Storm, though. Let's just get them out the way. At least the burn damage and last rate does have us covered here. And it doesn't even take that long, to be fair, to take them down. Less than 10 or so seconds for the most part against the final boss. What's the place I'm looking like? I feel like that was a lot slower compared to our first 2 runs. Yeah, way slower. So if for some reason you did want to try this particular build or try out this character in Inheritance Trials, definitely go with the chappies. It's way safer because if you do take damage, you're not losing on all your DPS. You're still having the high attack and you can still clear the quest in basically less than 3 minutes time. With this build, while it was technically a bit more impressive when we were at full stamina, we were spending way too much time trying to stay at full stamina, and that was an extra difficulty in and of itself. Had he been a ranged Nash character, probably would have been a lot easier. But with that said, lads, that was the video for today. Just a very short one. We should, by the way, hopefully be uploading our tier list. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to that. But yeah, I wanted to try the character out myself, see how it does with full money. Guarantees to inflict status augments. It's the first time we've seen it in this game. Not actually. Keysuke can also guarantee to inflict status augments, but only on his SA3, so it doesn't really count. In this case, this character on every attack guarantees to inflict status augments. It's a pretty fun type of gameplay. The first time we get to experience it, but it doesn't mean you're going to start taking this character out into IT unless you're a massive YAMAMOTO fan. And if you are, I mean, this is an option. It's an option. Will we ever see more characters like this with guaranteed chance to fix status augments? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. It would more so, of course, be broken in Inheritance Trials. But then again, we already have characters that pierce Iron Skin anyway, so like there's basically no difference between guaranteed status augment procs. Maybe there is to a certain extent, you know, versus pierce Iron Skin. Who knows if Caleb ever plans to make another character get a guaranteed status augment proc, but I guess we'll find out in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed the video though. See you guys next time. Take care and peace.